Hey folks! So in this episode, Boimler is humming warp engine sounds and Ensign Fletcher tries it, but Boimler thinks he's getting them all wrong. Mariner thinks they're both doing it wrong and also starts making engine noises. Rutherford and Tendi join in for no reason, and when Commander Ransom comes around the corner, he thinks they're up to something suspicious, so he tackles Boimler. Shax notes in his logs that the Cerritos has been disputing with Drukmani scavengers who want to salvage cargo from a destroyed Antares-class Starfleet ship. This kind of ship was seen occasionally on the original series, so it would be at least 100 years old. Since it's so old, the Drukmani captain, whose voice was done by the guy who played Martok on Deep Space Nine, says they should get to salvage it. They fight over the wreckage with their tractor beams and hope things don't get violent. In the bar, Fletcher is chugging cantaloupe puree out of the replicator for some reason, and Mariner knocks Dr. T'Ana's head into her nachos. She gets annoyed with Mariner's frequent goofing around and tells her to go work on Starbase 80, which is apparently a very insulting thing to say. Fletcher gives her a towel and replicates her some new nachos, and Boimler notes how Fletcher is good at de-escalating tense situations. Like the time some Nausicaans tried to eat Boimler's heart. Those Nausicaans are always attacking people's hearts. Rutherford and Tendi are looking forward to finding out what old gadgets they will be able to find in the Antares-class starship wreckage. Rutherford mentions that they can spacewalk through it to archive the stuff, and Tendi gets nervous because she never completed the spacewalk training in the Academy. Rutherford says he'll help her train on the holodeck. Mariner and Boimler are working on the isolinear cores, and Mariner complains about how much work there is to do, and that they might not get to go to the choo-choo dance, whatever that is. Fletcher offers to take over their work for them so they can go. On the holodeck, Rutherford loads his training program with Badgie, the holographic comm badge. For some reason, Rutherford decided to make a program that looks pretty similar to the Microsoft paperclip that everyone hates. Also, Badgie is slow to load programs and is glitchy. Boimler and Mariner get out of the choo-choo dance and find Fletcher lying in the hallway, and he says he was phasered by somebody while working on the computer core. They figure it might be Delta Shift, the shift that works while Mariner's shift sleeps, who shot Fletcher and made off with the computer core. It couldn't have been them though, because they were also at the choo-choo dance. The Drukmani start throwing debris at the Cerritos with their tractor beam. The shields get more easily damaged than usual because of the missing computer core. Power is diverted from the holodeck safety protocols and Badgie gets violent. They switch to a Bajoran marketplace program where it's easier to hide. Fletcher speculates that one of the Drukmani shot him and took the core, but then they find the computer core in Fletcher's bunk. He tries to convince Boimler that the Drukmani are trying to frame him. He doesn't buy it, so Fletcher confesses to hooking up the computer core to his brain in an attempt to make himself smarter, but it didn't work and it broke the computer core, so he hid it. Fletcher's brain reprogrammed the core so it becomes sentient and begins to attack them. Since Fletcher was trying to use the computer to get smarter, the core is now also grabbing random computer equipment in an attempt to make itself smarter. Fletcher tries to destroy the core, but Boimler and Mariner pull him away. He threatens to blame them for this if they don't help him get rid of the core. Rutherford and Tendi are climbing some stairs up a mountain in the holodeck program while Badgie chases after them. He's getting tired though, so Rutherford figures if they switch to a winter simulation, they can freeze him. Fletcher tries to convince Mariner and Boimler to let him tell people that they were attacked by a Q, but they refuse to cooperate, so they tie him up so he can't do any more mischief. They manage to blow the computer core out of an airlock, and luckily it drifts toward the Drukmani ship and starts tearing it apart. Shax celebrates by kissing Dr. T'Ana. Badgie fights Rutherford, but starts to freeze in the snow, giving Rutherford the chance to snap his neck. The safety protocols are reinstated on the holodeck, and Badgie fakes amnesia about everything that just happened. Mariner covers for Fletcher by saying that he deliberately reprogrammed the computer core to attack the Drukmani. Fletcher gets promoted to lieutenant and transferred to the Titan. He gets fired a few days later for emptying garbage into the warp core. I wish they had showed us exactly what the choo-choo dance was. I guess it was some sort of concert. It looked like fun and I wanted in on it. The character of Fletcher was annoying. I could get it if he only tried to hook his brain up to the computer and confess to that, but he tried to cover it up over and over again. That shows that this guy is clearly untrustworthy, so it's a good thing that he was fired from the Titan, and Mariner and Boimler refused to help him again. Also, it was weird that this episode set him up as a guy who can de-escalate tense situations, but for the rest of the episode, he seems to only exacerbate problems. So yeah, I hope Fletcher isn't in too many more episodes.